Progress Report.
What's going on, y'all? It's your girl Jazz Anderson, and you watching the Progress Report.
What's going on? It's your girl Lalaa Shepherd. This is the Progress Report, and we doing a special edition of the Progress Report. I got Miss Jazz Anderson in the building. How are you?
I'm great, man. I'm so happy. Like, I have been trying to get on the Progress Report since like South by Southwest 2017. I swear. And I was like, when I come to Atlanta, I gotta get on it this time.
That's hard. Well, it's crazy. Yeah. We have been following each other for a long time. So, you know, timing is everything.
Yes.
Though. And I did see you at the dinner, but I ain't know for sure, and I didn't know if you would recognize me. So I didn't want it to be awkward. Yeah. I didn't want to be like, yo, like.
I was going through the same thing. I was like, I don't know. And then I saw you post, and I was like, oh my God, let me comment real quick.
No, that's cool. I'm glad you did, and I'm glad we're here. Yeah. So congratulations to you and everything that you've been doing, because I've definitely been seeing your grind, your hustle, and all that good stuff. Mm-hmm. So let everybody know, like, what do you do officially?
So, you know, most people know me. I always like to preface it with this from reality TV. Mm-hmm. But now I'm taking it more serious when it comes to the music side.
Got you.
So I like to call myself a rapper.
Okay,
basically
respect.
In a nutshell.
Nah, respect. Talk about getting into music though. Like, how did you get introduced to actually being like behind the mic?
Well, I always grew up on Kanye West and Lauryn Hill, and I remember there's a Electronica song called Exhibit C, and I remember listening to that, and I was maybe 13, 14, and I was like, I want to rap. I want to be a storyteller. I think this is really cool. And I've always loved poetry.
Yeah.
So since then, like, my mom's always been supportive. I told her I wanted to do music, and she, you know, put me in the studio. Like, okay.
That's right.
You just got to come with it. So
absolutely.
That's pretty much how I got introduced.
Okay. How did the first studio session go for you? The very first one?
I don't even remember, but I do know that my mom was like, that's whack.
Word. Hey, you gotta respect the honesty.
Yeah, she told me for sure. Like, when I was first starting out, she was really tough, but I'm happy because now I think that's what makes me so lyrical now. True. Because she was so hard on me then. Like, ain't nobody gonna take you serious with these ABC rhymes and all that.
Oh, that's what your mom would say?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
She would tell me straight up.
Damn.
And I think people need that. You know, a lot of people got a lot of yes men around them. My mom never liked that.
Respect.
So, yeah, she was tough the first couple studio sessions.
Damn. I mean, hey, and I respect it, but you do gotta hear that honesty. Yeah. Like, you know, because if you don't, then like you said, the yes man thing, and then it's going, the response from it is gonna give, you know. So you said Kanye West and Lauryn as some of your influences. Yeah. Any other influences musically? You
know, I love to put Nicki in there.
Oh,
Nicki
my
Minaj,
God. Of course, the GOAT.
Yeah, she's the GOAT because I remember too, even though I was listening to Lauryn Hill, she wasn't out at the time. So when Nicki came out, I remember being like, oh shoot, like, a female rapper's doing it right now.
Man.
Like, I could do this right now.
For
you know, you start feeling like that when you see somebody else doing it.
Right.
So definitely Nicki Minaj.
Okay.
I keep the list kind of short. But.
No, I dig it. How did you feel when she released her, you know, Beam Me Up project?
Yeah, it took me back, man. It took me back to MySpace days. I was hyped. I played it for like 2 weeks straight.
Facts.
It was dope. It's not a lot of... music's not like that no more when it comes to female rap. So it was pretty refreshing.
Got you. Yeah. And speaking of female rap, you know, I think this is the prime time, perfect timing for all female rappers to prosper. You know what I mean? So what's your opinion and thoughts on, you know, females and music and just everybody just going crazy right now?
Man, I love it. I love it. You know, I think we're finally getting the credit we deserve. You know, it's kind of crazy because I'm not going to say we running the game, but we kind of running the game.
Facts.
So, you know, it's really good to see. And like you said, it's like motivational, inspiring. You see that, it's like, okay, well, now I can prosper from it.
For sure.
I always say, you know, when you knock down one door, it knocks it down for all of us.
I agree.
So.
Definitely. Now, speaking about you and your music, though, where do you feel like you fit in at? Like, where do you feel like, you know, your style, your message, and, you know what I mean? Where does jazz fit in that?
You know, it's kind of crazy because if you would have asked me that maybe 2 years ago, I would have said a lyricist. But I think where I'm coming to in my artistry, my project, The Experiment, dropping in July.
Oh, yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah, it's versatility.
Dope.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to limit myself to anything.
Yeah.
But I think my artistry can go lyrical, can go fun, can go sexy, hitting all those bases.
Respect. So you brought it up, The Experiment, upcoming project. Let's talk about that.
So The Experiment is really just, it's going to be so different for my audience because, like I said, like even when I was on Signed on VH1, they boxed me in as that lyrical rapper. Yeah. That was like my title. So it's like with the experiment, I wanted to show people, no, I can be versatile, and I think that's what makes a great artist. You know, like I said, Nicki Minaj was able to hit every base when it came to it.
Facts,
so
yeah.
I don't want to limit myself. So.
True. I agree. I think that's very important as an artist. You know, you're a creative person. You can't limit yourself.
Right. And I used to do that a lot. I used to do that a lot because I used to feel like, no, I need to be that lyrical rapper. I need to put on for them. But it's kind of like you can still do lyrical and this too.
That's a fact.
Yeah, and that's for any artist out there. Don't limit yourself.
Facts. Talk about, you know, growing up like in a public eye, because you know you got your mom, what you spoke about before, super funny lady. I think I first seen me on the Parkers. I love the Parkers.
Throwback.
So I think that's when I first was like introduced to her. And of course, you know, other reality shows. Then your dad playing basketball. So talk about growing up in the public eye.
Man, it was like I remember. It's kind of crazy because like you don't really understand how. I didn't understand how famous she was. Yeah, when you young. True. So I remember when she first got on Basketball Wives. That was when a lot of my peers started to be like, Tammy's your mom? Like, they was tripping out. Yeah, when I was like 13, 14. So that's really when I saw like, oh, my mom famous, you know? But it wasn't anything different for me because she's always taught us humility. Grew up in a Christian household. So it was like, don't let anything get to your head. Don't feed into the media, you know, so... It's pretty easy for me. Respect. Your mom seemed hella down there. Yeah, hella cool. She is. So what's some advice that your mom has given you, just, you know, about life, just anything? Just to be true to who I am. Just to, you know, don't change for anybody, change for the game. And, you know, she was a great example. She always gave advice that she took herself, and just watching her on, you know, reality TV, even when it was adversity for her, I never saw her fold, you know. True. So she was always true to her. So that's what she tells me. Facts. I mean, and talk about that with your mom being on reality TV, and you know how every episode or season, you know, sometimes you gotta do certain things, or certain things are going on, and the public might bash your mom, or something might happen. How do you deal with that? Because I know for me, I'd be like, hey. Yeah, when I was younger, because I was first on Basketball Wives at 14 years old. Yeah. So that was a lot of pressure. I remember deactivating my Twitter. It was bad when it would get real bad. But now at 24, there's not really much people can say to me about my mom, about my family, or anything. Because it's like, they got to understand, reality TV is edited. So it's like, y'all seeing an hour of something. Y'all don't know the full story. I don't really let that affect me. True. From like the outside looking in, of course now being an adult, we know that reality TV is edited. Right. But, you know, when you young, you really don't know. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because it was kind of crazy. Like, I had done Basketball Wives all those years, but when I did Signed, that's when it really hit me, because they flipped it on me. And I was like, whoa. Like, I watched my mom do it, you know, be on TV for years, but when it's like you're the focal point and you watching them twist your words and edit stuff out and put your reaction to something that wasn't even your you know, it's crazy, but that's when it really hit me like, okay. Cool, I got it. I know how to move now. No, respect. So how does that work though? Like, how does that make you feel, like, when that type of stuff happens? What can you do? Like, how does the damage control look? Is it damage control? When I dealt with that, I really didn't even speak on it, because I knew if I added that fuel to the fire, it was just gonna get worse. True. And you know, people always say they don't really have sympathy for people on TV because they feel like you signed up for this, you know what it is. Yeah. So I was like, I don't really want to feed into it, because at the end of the day, I do know what reality TV comes with. So I gave them that to use, and they used it. So at this point, I can only watch my movements from here on out. Respect. I respect that. So another question that I had too, just pertaining to your mom. So like with the Bonnet Chronicles. Now, I don't know if you've seen what Monique has said, just in terms of like feeling like, you know, African American females, we need to represent ourselves better and be in public and not have bonnets on. But of course, your mom has the Bonnet Chronicles, and I did see her response too. And it was I didn't see it yet. Yeah, it was. I felt how she felt. It's like pretty much do you. You know what I mean? But at the same time, when you're in public, you know, you should be presentable. Yes. So how do you feel about that? You know, I'm the same person that runs into Walmart with my bonnet. So I feel like okay. I go in the airport with my bonnet. Like, I'm not gonna mess up my, like, getting off a flight. I want it fresh. Like, it just is what it is. So I feel like, you know, just do you. True. discretion though. There's certain places I'm not gonna go in my bonnet, but if I'm just running in somewhere, it's like I don't really care how people feel about that.
Respect.
But my bonnet is all black. Like I be seeing I be seeing some ladies out with like the patterns that is huge. That like mine is not that.
True.
So.
I respect it, and I definitely feel you. I think depending on the hairstyle, you absolutely like it, because when you're on a plane, there's so much stuff that you got to do as a female, and it's like, see, I got this look, so I'm cool without a bonnet, but when I do, like, if I got a weave or something, absolutely, you know what I'm saying? So I get it. I get it. You know what I mean? So also too, I just wanted to commend you as well for, coming out and just, because it is Pride Month. Yep. And that's something I personally had to deal with too. Oh, really? You know what I mean? I had to talk to my mom. I was an adult, you know what I mean? Okay. I'm like, I like women, and I think I was ready to finally tell her. Yeah. So talk about just, what did that conversation look like for you when you spoke to your family about that?
It was tough because I don't like to see my mom cry, but at the same time, I wanted her to understand I am 24 now, and I do have to live my life for myself while still being respectful of you and what you taught me. So it was just about having a conversation where we both had a common ground and an understanding. True. And she accepts me, so I think that makes it easier.
Definitely. Did people reach out and support, like, oh, thank you, or how was the response?
Yeah, because I actually came out on this show I'm on Fox Soul called The Mix with myself, Romeo Miller, Zonnique, Anton, and Jamie, and it was crazy the support I got from it, because I'm talking to him and I actually started crying during the episode, which shocked me. Like, right. But yeah, after I came out, people were very supportive. They even texted my mom. Dope. And were like, we're very proud of her. She handled it very well.
For sure.
So I would just say you just have to live in your truth. Right. Once again, like the advice my mom gave me, be you. I'm like, you gave me the advice, so I'm being me.
I'm being
me. I'm standing in my truth. So,
Facts.
Well, it's a work in progress.
Respect. What them DMs looking like though now?
Oh man.
I know them DMs crazy.
Nah, it's
look, them DMs crazy. I can tell by that reaction.
No, because I'm bisexual, so it was the guys, and then it was the girls, and I was like, but I don't even respond to DMs unless it's business. Like, when I was in your DM, we business, I'm like, okay, let me check the DM, did she respond yet? But other than that, I don't really be in the DMs like that, so.
Okay, I respect that. So, like, how do you balance, like, a love life, if any, with being in the spotlight? How does that work for you?
I think it's about balance. Anything you do in life. When I used to play college ball, my coach used to tell me he used to tell me do everything in moderation. And that's followed me, throughout the rest of my life. So when it comes to business, it's business. And then when it's my love life, I focus on my love life.
True. Respect that.
It's balance.
Absolutely. And you brought up Fox Soul as well, and congratulations on that, because I check out episodes when I can, for sure. So, how did that come about?
Man, it was crazy because I auditioned for it. Like, my agent called me, said, hey, I got a talk show that I want you to audition for. Nice. I didn't know Romeo. I didn't know Zonnique. Oh, wow. I didn't know anybody.
Because y'all chemistry so good.
Thank you. People were like, nah, y'all knew each other. I'm like, we really didn't. So it's crazy because when I go on auditions, it's usually in the room. You can feel the chemistry. I can shake your hand, laugh with you. We're doing this over Zoom. Right. So I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm cutting people off, and like it was tough at first, but I got the job. So
hey, like, okay. It's lit.
I was like, that was a blessing, because we really did the show during when the pandemic first hit.
Oh yeah.
So it was hard to really make that chemistry.
True.
Yeah.
But like I said, watching episodes, though, y'all chemistry is definitely there, and it is tough. I think even me and my team, we did have to convert to doing virtual interviews.
See,
and it was a struggle. It's a struggle. Like because it's like like you said, you unintentionally cut people off. Yes. And the phone might freeze. Yes. So they might not hear.
Oh gosh, yeah.
So but y'all chemistry is really good.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? So how was COVID for you? Like, what was your mindset going into it, and then just what did it do to your mind afterwards?
I was well, let me figure out how to say this, because a lot of people were affected, but when it came to me personally, I needed that time to slow down and take a break and take a breather. Yes. So it was helpful for me when it first hit, and I really was just getting to know myself better. Because I was out a lot, doing things, you know, just running wild. And then it was kind of like a stop. Okay, everybody's inside.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So you're not missing out on anything. Just chill. You know, so that's what I needed. So I appreciated it.
Facts. And it's so crazy. Like, just how you described it, I felt that same way. And I think a lot of creatives feel that way too. Because it's like, you know you need a break, but it's like the second that you be like, all right, I'm going to take a week off. You feel like you're missing out.
That's how I feel.
You know what I mean? So it was nice. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what's some stuff that you know, rediscovered or learned about yourself during that time?
Oh, that's a deep question.
I'm sure it was a few different things. You know what I mean?
It was definitely a spiritual journey for me, because a lot of people don't know, I was a manager at a gym.
Oh, word.
Yeah, at a gym. So when it first hit, I had the responsibility of laying people off and doing all that. Yeah, and I didn't want to do that. Okay. So I ended up quitting.
Got you.
So I'm going through that, like, okay, I just quit my job. Like, I was dealing with real, like, you know, people see you on TV, you got followers and all that, but it's like, you may be dealing with some real stuff behind the scenes. So, you know, I just quit my job, ended up getting on the mix, which was a blessing.
Oh, yeah.
But it was like just staying grounded, because at a time when it feels like a lot of things are falling apart, which is why I say it was like a spiritual journry. I had to get back to talking to God and really just grounded myself. So
that's real talk. I respect that.
Yeah, because sometimes when you on go, we don't praise him enough when we get what we was asking for. When we get it, we sometimes lose communication with him. And I was doing that because I had everything. So it was kind of like not talking to him as much. But now when you just quit your job and you it's a lot going on, you kind of like, let me talk to God. So it really just sat me down for a bit, which I appreciated.
Absolutely, man. That's deep. I respect that.
Yeah,
for sure. So on the progress report, you know, we ask all our guests one question. That's the same question for everybody.
Okay.
We asked them to define the word progress, because that's our keyword. That's the name of the show. So what does the word progress mean to you?
Progress means to me that you steady getting ahead. You moving forward. You progressing.
Respect. Okay, cool. So when can we expect this project, and what's next?
All right. So the experiment is dropping in July. It'll be my EP. Oh. Yeah. And more. I'm gonna be on more TV shows, so you can definitely watch me on more TV shows. But right now it's the mix on Fox Soul, every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern.
Dope.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your time, Jazz.
I'm happy I finally got to do this, man.
Finally. We lit.
Wednesday at 9. Tune in every time. We don't do no cap. Report only facts. Progress report. We got the news, no interviews. We got the stats. Keep it a rat. Come join the pack.